Welcome back, trainers, and we're going to be taking a look at Halloween Cup in the Ultra League. I am very excited to showcase these battles here. So I was kind of all over the place at first, testing out teams. I went in this with this team originally here. So we have the Trevenant, Nidoqueen, and the Alolan Ninetales. This is going to be swapped out here in just a bit. We're going to actually put Genesect on the team. It is going to be the Ice one. That's the one I had on deck. I've just been powering up too many things. I need to start saving up my Stardust. I'm going to invest in other Pokemon, but for now, we're just going to go with what we have here. So if you do enjoy my videos, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you do, turn notifications on, and let's take a look at some of these battles here. So this is me going in first Halloween Cup in the Ultra League. So this is a blast. I've been excited for this, and here we are, finally. So the Ninetales is putting in that work. We got that Venusaur. We had a great lead here. We got all this energy, and nobody's going to be using a shield on either end. He said, the heck with it. Yeah, that's just the way it works sometimes. All right, let's keep it moving here. What are we going to see? I think we have our full team now. Maybe, yes. Okay, here we go. Perfect. So Overquill is an interesting one, and I don't know what the hell is going on with it, but it doesn't move. There's several Pokemon that don't do that, as well as Gengar. And in the raids, it looks hilarious. It just sits there until it does its charge move. So Niantic at their finest. You already know what it is. Oh, shoot. So Overquill is going to be a very interesting pick. Dark and Poison type. We're going with Poison Jab, and Dark Pulse, and Aqua Tail. And it does okay. It does very nice. It can wall a few things here. It is going to be on a little bit of more of the squishier side when it comes down to things that are going to actually hurt it. But it is going to be a very good asset for the team here. Alright, now let's get into the commentary here. Up against the Jellicent, hitting me with a Shadow Ball. I shielded up using my last shield, and I already knew they were not going to be able to make it to another one here, so this is going to be Bubble Beam, so they just lowered our attack. We farmed them down. We have a lot of energy. We retreat into our Overquill, and that's what it looks like. It's actually attacking. It's just staying still. What is this game? It reminds me of some sort of old video game glitch where they... or not even old, I guess, just any game, but... yeah, that's this game right here, right? So we're going to go ahead and go for another Aqua Tail on the Muck here. And since we got them pretty low, it looks so confusing because it's just sitting there. It looks even funnier at a ×2 speed. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that was a very good catch. I screwed up massively. And then I swap into my freaking Trevenant and I go for Seed Bomb. I was so pissed. I couldn't believe. I was like, you kidding? I had Shadow Ball. They have no more shield. I could have one-shotted them. I was about to top left, so I go for Shadow Ball here. Are we going to be able to pull this off? We take them out. This Muck is very low, and we have an Aqua Tail on our Overquill, and so we're going to be able to take that win, even though we made several mistakes. Well, I wouldn't call them catching a mistake, but throwing the Seed Bomb, absolutely. Golurk, okay, this is a good lead for us here. Resisting the quick move, and we're going to be super effective with both of our charge moves. Then this is almost going to one-shot. Golurk is a cool Pokemon, but it just can't take a hit. You would think something so big and bulky looking like that would be able to take a couple of hits, but absolutely freaking not. And they're going to be swapping into their Nidoqueen, in which I'm going to go ahead and go for the Seed Bomb here. I'm looking at my back team here. I'm thinking, okay, well, we have the Genesect. I figure we're just going to do as much as we can. And let's talk about the Genesect. Very good. You're going to probably want to go with the Flame one. Like I said, we do have the Ice, and I'm just going to work with this one here because these are kind of an expensive one. 100,000 Stardust for those secondary moves, so we're just going to stick with it. It works fine, right? So we're going to go ahead and let this go. Earth Power is not super effective, although we are part Steel because of the bug typing. It's neutralizing it, but it's still doing a lot. They bring a Golurk. We get even more farm. What you got in the back? What was that? We go for a Magnet Bomb on the... Greninja! Very squishy. This person is very spicy. Very good team, sir. Or ma'am, whatever the case may be. So we're going to go ahead and bring in our Overquill here to do its still attacks. And they hit me with the Surf. So we're going to go for the Dark Pulse because it is going to just do more damage. Simple as that. The Aqua Tail's not very effective either. So might as well go with the harder hitting one here, right? Shielding this up, and I do believe they get the boost here, but it's not enough, and they start doing a lot of damage with that quick move, but we're able to Poison Jab them down for the win. Next battle, we're met with a Giratina. Now, we do have Giratina Origin now with Shadow Force. Is it worth using? I'm going to have to say it's a cool move and all, folks. I don't want to make it seem like it's horrible, but it takes so much energy, you might as well just go with Shadow Ball. I mean, come on. It literally costs you battles. Like, it's for the fun of it. If you can land it, like, oh snap, that's awesome. But if you get a shield, it's like, well, there goes all that energy, where I could have had a Shadow Ball and a half pretty much here, and a ton of energy for Shadow Sneak, or whatever the case may be. So yeah, those are my thoughts on it. So they're farming me down here. I just kept going for Seed Bomb, unfortunately. So we're going to bring in Genesect to go ahead and farm them down here. And this is going to get a decent amount of farm if they do stay here. Or they're going to be immediately swapping into their own Genesect. In which we're going to go ahead and go for the Magnet Bomb here, because we don't want to waste all that energy on the Ice move that's not very effective. This is not very effective too, but at least we're going to be getting stabbed here. And it still does a lot of damage because Genesect really can't take a hit. So we got the Overcool in the back, which is not going to be the best matchup up against Genesect because it is part steel and they do resist it, but we're going to be able to beat them to Aqua Tail. And Genesect not being able to take a hit and also being low on its health, we're going to take them out. And what do you have? A Drapion. Okay, so this is getting interesting here. This is why Overquill is so good. I'm sorry, I just can't get over the fact that it's still like this. It's just weird. Niantic, what's good? I mean, it's not game breaking, but it's kind of like a little embarrassing, but at this point they probably don't even care anymore. Kind of like when I screw up on a video nowadays, it's just like, I do it all the time. Well, I mean, it's not like I'm screwing up all the time, like mispronouncing a name or whatever like that. So in the past I would be like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I did that. But now I'm just thinking, who cares? Probably the same with Niantic. They're like, oh, we screwed up the game again? Who cares? All right, taking that win. Next battle, bad lead up against Muck here. So we're going to have to swap into our Genesect. Overquill's going to do a great job too. So they're bringing in a Togekiss. This is very interesting. Now, it's not like they did some sort of horrible swap here, because they're still doing a lot with Charm, and we're not going to be able to farm them down with our Magnet Bomb here. Now, I could have went for the, the Techno Blast Ice, but the thing is, they could have shielded it up, and Magnet Bomb is getting stabbed, so I figured this is just the best course of action here. And every single time I do go for the bigger charge move on this thing, they always shield it up every freaking time, and I've lost several times because of that. And we're able to get to another Magnet Bomb. This does a lot of damage. This thing really hits hard. And they're farming me down with a good amount of energy. Gonna go ahead and bring in the Overquill to do its weird still attacks. And they're hitting me with the Dark Pulse. Look at how we can just absorb that. I think I just tapped on Aqua Tail. Unfortunately, oh no, we didn't. Okay, great. So they're swapping into a Escavalier. Gonna go straight for the Dark Pulse, do as much damage as we can, and then bring in our Trevenant here. We're gonna shield up this Mega Horn, farm them down, and then we're just gonna go ahead and take care of that Muck with our Trevenant, and we're gonna be looking good here. This was a great team. Out of all three of them, I feel like Genesect was really good. Overquill was awesome too. I don't really want to pick one over the other, but they just kind of work in unison together. Even the Trevenant was doing fantastic. But if I had to pick one Pokemon out of this to move into my next video, it would probably be the Genesect. That thing was very good in specific places. I just needed to play it a little bit better. All right, so we're up against a Giratina here, shielding up the first Shadow Sneak, going for the Seed Bomb. Everybody was calling this today. They're going to let this go. Yeah, they were just calling it left and right, unfortunately. Somebody said, hey, are these some of these bots because they keep calling everything correctly like all the time? There's definitely bots, but I can't reach for that, like everything's a bot. It's because I see people commenting, good game. These are definitely humans, okay? But they definitely do have bots in the servers for sure. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and let them take us out. It would have been pointless to shield that up. Going to do that farm down thing with Genesect. They're going to be able to get to a Shadow Sneak, but that's okay. We're going to have a lot of energy, and we're going to be able to hit whatever they bring in here very hard, for the most part. Oh, okay, it's this one. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. I don't know if they know what type this is, because you have to see its back, and it's kind of hard to see it sometimes. So that's fun. And they do shield it up, and I go for another one like an idiot. I'm thinking, I'm going to do a ton of damage. It's not very effective, but it's still going to hurt. And we land it. All right. Of course we landed. There's no more freaking shields. So we swap into our Overquill here, and I'm thinking, what am I supposed to do here? What do you got in the back? We go for an Aqua Tail here. Gonna take them out before they get to another charge move, and they have a Sylveon. So this would have been a good matchup here if we did have a little bit more health, and since we are part dark, we're still taking a lot of damage, and that's what I was talking about. Even though you were going to be resisting specific types, with that mixed type that you do have, you're still taking a lot, like Fighting and Charm. They're still going to be doing a decent amount of damage to you. And when they're taking that win, good game. Moving it on to our next opponent, we're going to be met with a Galvantula. This is a good lead here for us. Although Lunge is going to do a decent amount. They swap into Scrafty, and I build up a little bit of energy before I bring in the Quillfish. And again, here we go. just like we were talking about. So we are going to be part poison, also dark, but we're going to be taking a decent amount of damage from that counter damage as well as that power up punch from the Scrafty getting stabbed here. While we can do neutral damage with Poison Jab and Aqua Tail. So we're looking okay. Genesect is going to be taking a decent amount of damage here. I figure we're just going to bring them down as low as possible, let this go absolutely, and then bring in the Trevenant. They've already used a shield, and we're going to be able to hit them with Seed Bomb and potentially take them out here. We need to get one more Shadow Claw through, and we're landing it before they get to the foul play, which is great. They were very vamped up there. So taking them down, they are down a shield as well. They're bringing in a Crobat, so this is definitely doable for sure. I think we're going to want to shield this up just to preserve our health on the Trevenant. Go for the Shadow Ball to potentially get that last shield or take out that Crobat or do a bunch of damage. All right, we're going to be doing we're getting their shield, doing damage now. Getting that shield, bringing in Genesect, and we're going to let this go. It's not going to be Shadow Ball hitting me with a Poison Fang, lowering our defense and bringing in that Galvantula. We're going to go for the Technoblast Ice. Let's go. So doing a ton of damage there. I wonder if the Magnet Bomb would have just been fine as well. Doesn't really matter. At this point, we're going to let it go. We still have a shield, farming down with Trevenant, and we're going to be able to barely take this win here. I was getting a little spicy. This actually doesn't KO. I need to get one more Shadow Claw through, but we do sneak it through right there, and it's pretty much over. And if you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.
Sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!
Touch the cat. This is the best day